Welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. Today I've got some bratwurst that I'm gonna fire up my drum smoker and get these dudes right on the grate in some smoke. This is not gonna be your traditional bratwurst where you would simmer them in beer and then just grill them off at the end. I wanna really develop some flavors on these brats, and that's why I'm doing them on the smoker today. To top these brats off, I'm gonna make a caramelized onion and bacon jam. It's gonna be sweet and it's gonna have some awesome flavors in it, and it's gonna go great with that smoked bratwurst. Let's get to cooking. First thing we're gonna do today is get the drum smoker fired up. Today I'm cooking on my Gateway drum. We're gonna start with just a clean ash pan today. I'm gonna fill it about 3/4 of the way full with some good lump charcoal. And then to start the fire, I'm gonna be using these wax cubes. We're gonna drop them right in the center and just kind of make a little depression for them to go in. I use 2 cubes to get it going. Drop it back down in the drum and then use just a little aim of flame lighter to light those cubes. It'll take about a half hour for the temps to come up. As soon as the coals are ready, you got a good hot bed of coals, you wanna go ahead and drop the wood you're gonna be using in. And today I'm gonna be using cherry wood. So I've got a hot bed of coals going, and I'm just gonna drop a couple chunks of good dry cherry in it. Then I'm gonna get my vents set. I'm gonna open my vents on the outside to 100%, have the top vent open. We're gonna let it start coming up to temp. When I see the dial start coming up to about 200 degrees, that's when I'm gonna check my vents back. And today, cooking these brats on here, smoking them, I only want about, between 250 to 275 is gonna be perfect temp. So that's just a little bit of air coming in the exhaust. So we'll just cut them down when the temp starts climbing up. Get ready to get those on the grill here in just a second. Okay, we're up to about 250 on our drum cooker, and that's right where you want to be. If you're cooking along, you can use any cooker to smoke these brats. You just want it set up with some light cherry smoke. If you like another wood, hey, try it, but I promise you this cherry smells awesome. You want to hold that temperature steady to about 250. Now what we are going to do, let me see if you can tell with the smoke coming out, I've got a half pan that I set right on top of that half side of the firebox, and I'm going to pour just a little bit of water in it. You don't need but about a half a pan of water. We're just gonna add a little moisture and it'll sit right on your firebox on one of these drums. That's right where I want it. So I've got my cooking grate in, I've got my pan of water in place, and now I'm just gonna put the brats on the side right over the pan so they're not over any direct heat. It's gonna let them absorb some smoke in here. Got about 10 brats today. That's gonna be perfect. Gonna lid back on. Double check our vents. We want about half on top, just barely open on the sides. That's gonna hold those temps steady. We're just gonna let these brats smoke for probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours, but we're gonna keep an eye on them. You've gotta bring them up to 165 degrees at least internal. This is fresh brats that I just bought from the grocery store. They haven't been pre-smoked or anything, so you're gonna wanna make sure they're done. While the brats are outside cooking on the smoker, we're gonna put together this bacon and caramelized onion jam that we're gonna top these brats with when they get done. First, we're gonna start with about 8 thick slices of bacon. You wanna cut it up into little cubes and get it over in a skillet, about medium-high heat. We wanna render that bacon down. We wanna get it cooking in its fat. We're gonna keep that fat, don't throw it out. It's awesome to cook with, but I need just a tablespoon of it reserved once the bacon gets nice and crisp. We're gonna take the bacon out, drain it, put 1 tablespoon of the bacon fat back in the pan. We're gonna add our onions. We're gonna add some brown sugar, a little bit of balsamic vinegar for a little bit of acidity. We're gonna add the bacon back, and then we're gonna start adding water, just a couple tablespoons at a time to give it some moisture to cook these onions down. And we're just gonna cook them to where they're all to pieces and they're caramelized and they get really, really sweet. They're gonna give off all this sugar. It's gonna take about a total of an hour. What you wanna do is cover the pan about the first 15, 20 minutes to really get them going, get the onions good and warm. And as they start breaking down, you can take the pan off and just keep them stirred every few minutes. Add another tablespoon or 2 of water as you go, and eventually they'll cook down into a consistency of almost like a jam. And that's what we're calling this, our bacon and caramelized onion jam. And it's gonna be great. It's real sweet, has a little bit of acidity from the balsamic vinegar. You can season it with a little bit of AP or salt and pepper if you like when you taste it to balance it out. But we're gonna serve this right on top of these brats when they come off here in just a few minutes. So it's about time to go outside and check on the brats, see if they're getting done. Let's go see how they look. The brats have been smoking for about 45 minutes here on the drum, staying in that 250, 275 range. Starting to get some good color on the top side from the smoke coming up and around them, and I want to flip them over to get them cooking even. We want that same smoke color on both sides. So just give them a flip. We're going to continue cooking, exact same temp and time. And we'll start checking them here after about another 30 minutes or so, getting our internal temperature up to 165. Just want to get your lid back on pretty quick when you're working with the drum. Get your vent set back, and if you're cooking along with me, just hold those temps steady, 250 to 275, and you'll be perfect. All right, our brats have been smoking here for about an hour and a half. They've got beautiful color on both sides now, and they just look like a good smoked brat, and that's what you want to see. We brought them up slow, so I know they're juicy. Check the internal temperature on a couple of them just to be safe. You want to see 165 degrees. I'm going to get these off, and we're going to go inside and build some brats. Hey, that's what I call a plate of smoked brats right there. So that's all it is to cooking brats, and it's a simple, simple recipe. I mean, we just took those brats right outside, skipped the whole beer bath idea, put them on a smoker, and we brought them up slow so we don't cook out all that moisture in them, and it really absorbs some of that good cherry smoke down in it. Took about an hour and a half, which is a little bit longer for brats, but this would still be a great game day food because it's a different take on a sausage that you see during sport events all the time. So you could top these brats today with anything you want. If you want to cook some peppers and onions, use a little mustard, hey, that's great, whatever you like. But we made this bacon and caramelized onion jam, and you could even do this the day before. It'll keep for up to a week in your refrigerator. It's real simple to do. Let's take a look at one of these brats and see what they look like on the inside. You can see it's got a nice little smoke ring to it. It's absorbed some of that smoke, but it's cooked through and through. Still got a lot of juice in it. We mashed it a little bit. You can see the juice running out. We didn't lose too much of that during the cooking process. Now I'm going to build one because you know I want to try it, and I want to try it with some of that jam. I'm just going to get one out here. Get a nice soft brat or sausage bun. A lot of this bacon jam on top. It's sweet and it's good. Here we go. Get that good smoke flavor in the sausage. It's nice and moist and juicy. And then that jam brings that real sweet flavor to it. It's a great topping. You can taste the onions, you can taste the bacon. Also has a little bit of acidity from that vinegar in it. Makes a great topping for any kind of sausage that you do on the grill or smoker. Wow. I'm telling you, bear with me a second. That bacon and onion jam, that's really something special. It just really puts another note of flavor on these brats today. Hey, thanks for checking us out. Fire up those smokers. Try some brats on them if you've never tried them that way. I promise you're going to like them. If you want to know when we're putting out videos, subscribe to our channel. It'll send you a notification, let you know when we got new ones. You can always send us questions on Facebook and Twitter. We love answering those. We'll keep putting these videos out all year. We'll see y'all next time.